Good morning, welcome to my channel. Here is Florence. I'm very glad to share with you about the list of famous bands in the United States. Please subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos on your favorite bands. Simon and Garfunkel. Simon Garfunkel was an American folk rock duo consisting of the singer-songwriter Paul Simon and the singer Art Garfunkel. They were one of the best-selling music groups of the 1960s and their biggest hits, including their electric remix of the Sound Silence in 1965, Mrs. Robinson and the Boxer, and the Bridge over Troubled Water, and reached #1 on single charts worldwide. Simon and Garfunkel met in elementary school in Queens, New York in 1953, where they learned to harmonize and began writing songs as teenager under the name Tom and Jerry. They had a minor success with a high school girl, a song imitating their idols, and Everly Brother. In 1963, aware of a growing public interest in folk music, they regrouped and were signed to Columbia Records as Simon and Garfunkel. The debut album, Wednesday Morning, 3 a.m., sold poorly. Simon returned to the solo career, this time in England in June 1965. A new version of the Sound Silence, a classic song on the duo's debut album, was overdubbed with electric guitar and drums and became the US AM radio hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The duos reunited to release second studio album, Sounds of Silence, and toured colleges nationwide on their third release, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. They assumed more creative control. Their music was featured in the 1967 Famous Graduates, giving them further exposure. The next album's bookends topped the Billboard 200 chart and included the #1 single Mrs. Robinson from the film. Simon and Garfunkel had a troubled relationship, leading to artistic disagreement, and their January becoming one of the world's best-selling albums. After their breakups, Simon released a number of acclaimed albums, including 1986 Graceland. Garfunkel released solo hits such as All I Know, and briefly pursued an acting career and leading role in the Mike Nichols films Catch-22 and Cardinal Knowledge and Nichols Heroic. 1980s Bad Timing. The duos have reunited several times. Their 1981 concert in Central Park may have attracted more than 500,000 people, one of the largest concert attendance in history. Simon Garfunkel won 7 Grammy Awards, were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 1990s, Richie Zunnerberger described them as the most successful folk rock duos of the 1960s and one of the most popular artists from the decade. They are among the best-selling music artists, having sold more than 100 million records. They were ranked 14th on Rolling Stone's 2010's list of the greatest artists of all time and the third on the list of greatest duos.